Hi, let's talk about the syllabus. So I'm going to go into Canvas, and you can see here, I'm going to click on the syllabus link so we can bring this up and look at it. You will either receive a message like this, or down in the lower right hand corner you'll see the file name down here, and you can click on it to open it up. So I'm going to open it up into Microsoft Word, and there are several things that I want to show you. I'm not going to go through this real in heavy detail. The schedule number for the class, if ever I ask you that, which class are you in, you're going to refer to this 5-digit section number, 34813, or whatever your class number is. The best contact message method is the Canvas inbox, like we talked about before. I am an adjunct instructor. That means part-time. So I don't have regular office hours. I do teach other classes, so I might be on campus. You can check with me and see. Otherwise, we can go through virtual office hours, and we can talk about things online. If you need to, you cannot get into Canvas or something, here is my Fresno City College email address. It's kathy.rice@fresnocitycollege.edu. Now, there's certain course objectives, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through basic computers, then we're going to go into Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And from there, we lightly touch on Microsoft Publisher. The textbook is this Office 2016 Simplified. If you notice here, very important, it's optional. You do not have to buy it, but it's only about $20 online, and it's very good reference. So I would suggest you getting it. It's really helpful, especially when it comes to tests. So think about it. Okay, the communication policy, the big thing right here is when you send me a message or anything, include in the subject line AT10 and the section number like you have right here. So that way I make sure that I know that I'm in the right class. We talked about the Q&A guidelines when we talked about Canvas, so that's not too much here. The classroom policies are very standard, just like any other class. I'm going to give you a chance to look through them. The big thing I need to tell you is I am a big stickler on plagiarism. If I find that you are copying another person's files, or you have provided your file to someone else, you will receive the negative number of points for the assignment. If the assignment is worth 20 points, you will receive a negative 20. That is how strongly I feel about plagiarism. If the assignment is worth 50, like right here, both parties will receive a negative 50 points. It's that important. Do your own work. Okay? So that's important. If you are registered with the DSPS office as having a disability that needs accommodation, please contact me immediately and get me your notice of accommodation form as soon as possible so I can make sure that you get the necessary accommodations. Okay? Participation in class is essential. You have to participate. If you don't participate, that means that you're not doing the work, and I very well may drop you. The students who don't do the first week's work or are absent the equivalent of 2 weeks, you will be dropped. Or if your grade is substandard and you've been doing very little work, I will drop you also. Okay? So I use the standard grading policy. 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, and so forth. So it's nothing fancy. Okay, and this is the percentages, as you see here, the different categories. If you see here, your assignments and participation is worth 30% of your grade. So take that into consideration. The due dates you're going to have, like I spoke up with on the previous video, you're going to have assignments due on Wednesdays and Sundays of each week, and they are all due by 11:59 at night. So plan on getting them on time. I will accept late work up to a certain point, and then I'm going to say no more late work because I have to get grades ready too. And after the due date, all late work is at 70% credit. But keep in mind, if for some reason you didn't get the work done, 70% credit is a whole lot better than none. So please make sure that you get things in on time. If for some reason you cannot get it submitted, Canvas is down or something, email me or message me some way or another, and with the attachment by the due date so it's not late. You can do that, but don't do it on a regular basis, okay? Now you've got several types of assignments. You'll have labs, and they'll all be explained. You've got concept reviews, and what that is just a quick quiz at the end of each module that tests on your comprehension of what we went over. So keep in mind that there is a concept review for every single topic. And then we have major projects in each of the areas except for the first unit. You have a major project in Word, you have one in Excel, you have one in PowerPoint. And then we have the discussions. So you've got several types of assignments there. But I do drop low scores. There are low scores that will be dropped. In the grading, I do not activate this until about somewhere in the middle of the semester, so you can get a good idea of what your grade is until then. Because we have a lot of assignments, so I drop the grades on the lowest 5 assignments. But the Excel discussion board is not dropped. No tests will be dropped. And there's one major project will be dropped, but the research paper will not be dropped. Don't get scared when I say research paper. It's just a page and a half, 2 pages. The oral presentation will not be dropped, and the final exam will not be dropped. The quizzes and exams are all timed. Also, they're due by 11:59 on the due date that you see on the screen. So from the time you start to the exam, you only have so long to complete it. So when you get ready to start it, make sure that you're not going to have distractions for the time allotted. And on the instructions for the test, each test I will tell you how long you have. And once the time runs out, your exam is submitted. You can no longer get into it. If you need to drop the class, make sure that you drop it, or you contact me and ask me to drop it. I can't read your mind. If you want to drop the class, you need to do so. Otherwise, you're going to get a grade of an F. I do assign extra credit, and I will assign it for the entire class. So I'll let you know when there's going to be extra credit. And there's a few important dates. October 25th is the first date. This is the last day for you to drop the class in person and avoid a W. This is also the last day that you can drop in WebAdvisor and avoid a W. November 13th is the last day you can withdraw from the class. If you're in class after the 13th, you get a grade. Then the final date that is critical is December 13th. Fall semester ends and you need to be done with your final. Okay, now if we go down the next pages 6 through 10, is the schedule of what you will be doing, one lesson at a time. And the first column is the module number. So module 1.1, this is what you're going to have. Module 1 point, this is due on Wednesday, the 16th. The next module 1.2 is due on Sunday, the 20th, and so on and so forth. So this is a tentative schedule. If I make any changes in the syllabus, I will let you know. Sometimes modifications need to be changed. Need to be made in the syllabus, and I will definitely let you know. Normally, it's to your benefit. So you can take a look at the syllabus now, and these last few pages, if you've got a printer handy, you may want to print these to keep these handy so you know what's going on. These are the same dates and the same items on the calendar. So if you, let me get back over there, I clicked the wrong button. If you look at this, and on the calendar, you should have 4 items to do. And that's exactly what is in here. So some of these things don't have anything for you to turn in, or they're combined. So you do have 4 items. So that's your syllabus. If you have any questions on it, once again, notify me right away, and I'll take a look at what you're missing. Okay, bye.